So when we talk about the OGs in gaming, a couple of names come to mind. If you're anywhere near my age, you'll know what I'm talking about. You may think of Mario, Sonic, or even Crash and Spyro, but there is one name that has stood the test of time, and that is Pac-Man. Now, there is no denying, Pac-Man is an icon, not only in gaming, but in pop culture as a whole. Even people who have no knowledge of video games as a medium know who Pac-Man is. And like his contemporaries, Pac-Man is a part of every genre, good or bad, but one category that Pac-Man got a lot of love for was his platforming outings. Now, back in the PS1 era, that was a defining era for me. Not only for me, but many gamers my age. This era is what really defined my taste in gaming as a whole. When I wasn't jumping around and crushing boxes in Crash, I was gem collecting in Spyro. But there was one game that I remember getting tons of love around that time, and that was Pac-Man World Re-Pac. Now, I will admit, I didn't get to play this game as a kid, so I don't necessarily have the nostalgia for it. However, I eventually got my chance to play the original some years back, and I did really enjoy my time with it. It was a very solid and challenging platformer that still retains that Pac-Man charm. So when the remake got announced, I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's get into it. Pac-Man World Re-Pac is a colorful and vibrant platformer that really reminds me of the days when this genre was dominant. The story is very simple. Pac-Man is celebrating his birthday, but no, the Ghost and Talkman cannot allow that. They kidnap Pac-Man's family, which prompts you to travel across different worlds to rescue your family, and that is simply the plot. Easy enough. Now, in terms of gameplay, this game is a pure 2.5D platformer and is moderately challenging as the levels progress. You'll be doing tons of precise jumping, collecting, and interacting with different enemy types. Pac-Man himself has many ways he can traverse and defend himself, one being the butt bounce, which you'll be using a lot in this game. You also have the rev roll, which is also very useful for going up steep hills and ramming into enemies. So while you're exploring these different areas, you will also collect fruit, which will unlock doors for more collectibles, like the letters of Pac-Man name, for example. So if you collect all of them, you'll be able to explore a bonus level after you're done with the level that you're in. For completionists, this serves as a nice challenge and encourages players to explore these levels thoroughly. I also love finding the Galaga piece because that means I can play a classic style Pac-Man level in 2.5D, which I thought was a nice touch and very charming, and plus is a nod to Pac-Man's classic roots, you know? In terms of level variety and level aesthetics, each level offers their own unique themes and challenges, just like any other platformer of this style. In terms of aesthetics and presentation, each level gives a nice variation of the theme, whether it's a beach level, a carnival, or even a spooky graveyard, so you definitely have some variety here. Now, the bosses in this game are pretty much the highlight for me, but I will say they're not that challenging once you find their patterns and weaknesses. The only boss that I had a little bit of trouble with was Talkman, which I eventually was able to beat and rescue Pac's family, so yeah. So Pac-Man World Re-Pac is a nice refresh and reminder that platformers are fun. The game is colorful, vibrant, and the music is pretty vibey too. Now, with the release of Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac and Pac-Man's inclusion of Sonic's cross-world racing game, it was only right that I jump back into the world of Namco and the world of Pac-Man. So if you enjoyed this game, drop a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. Also, if this is your first time on this channel, if you like this video, give me a subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and also drop a comment as well. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace.